Let's get the music playing. Hey guys, welcome to Firetalk, episode number 6. You can see. Where's my pen? Highlight. Okay. Let's get this going. Hey sweetheart. Hey guys, welcome to Firetalk episode number 6. Make sure you share when you come in. That's what we're always gonna do in the first 5 to 7 minutes. We're gonna just groove and share. And I'm gonna share too.
It hit me hard to make some love music. I came from soul move. They brought my soul bruised. So now I'm cool with losing. I reach places where I'm staying. Now they saying I'm crazy. But that's just how the folks would do you. Where there's no sweat, there's no game. I'm showing you now, but I've always been amazed. They tell me I'm fucked up with the hoping that it'll change. Perfect people blame me, but I do what they can't see. They more entertainment. It's busier, get back to you, entertain me. And you won't put this go bump. This nigga fuck.
Share to group. Which group we gonna share to today?
You could, but I don't want your petty problems pushed on me. If it's real, we can deal with it. I ain't ducking from it. I got loose deals.
Come on, where y'all at? Where y'all at?
I bring heavy with me.
Okay, we put it there.
I got problems, but I'm healing, I'm making way. And the shit I'm gunning after, it can't wait. For me to show me that they love me, it was bad. That's when they change. But ain't no question. When that time came, I show them always blessed. Probably be at the utilize my presence. I got something to say now, I came from dealing. I can't just probably lay down, but they wouldn't feel it.
Sweetheart, can somebody? Let me see if my is the Wi-Fi on here, because I do not like when the Wi-Fi is on. Okay. Y'all know what happened with me after. Let me share it to one more.
Just cause I came in when I came, you question me as if you turned on my refrain.
I don't know now. I might have to wait a few to start till we at least get 4 or 5 people.
Fuck up with all complaints. She get drained.
4 or 5 people at least. We are on episode number 6. We got a few topics going on. We got some self-love topics. We're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about some P-Valley and homosexuality, and we're also going to be talking about some pro-choice, Roe versus Wade. So yeah, y'all guys, come on in. Let's get Firetalk started.
And you be knowing who you play with. You play with them, it's not the same. That's no problem, you need to handle. Just cause I came in when I came in. You question me as if you heard on my refrain. You said you care, that's why, so tell me what's the change. They get mad when I say shit.
We are going to get started in a second. Please share when you come in. Please, please, please. I only see 3 people on here. We're going to need a few more people. But I do greatly appreciate the 3 people that's on here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. Thank you. Let me know. Say hey when you come in. Say hey when you come in. Hey, hey, hey. Please share when you come in. Please like and share, because when you like it, it pops up on somebody else's timeline and things of that nature. Uh-oh, we about to get started. We're going to be getting started. I tend to play my cousin music in the beginning so I don't get my video muted or anything. And so I don't want to play anything else because I don't want this sound to go out. But yeah, we're gonna be getting started in a second. Hey grandma. Hey, hey, hey. Come on, y'all, where y'all at? I'm gonna get started in a second. I am going to get started in a second. So yes, the topics we are going to be talking about today, the topics we will be talking about today is self-love being lost because of wigs and weaves and makeup. That's one topic. We also going to be talking about pro-choice and Roe versus Wade. Also, we're going to be talking about P-Valley because, you know, they have a little bit, they're getting a little, you know, a little raw in their episode. So, yeah, we're going to go over, and then, you know, with those come plenty of other topics. Those branch off into so many other things. And you guys definitely want to stay on here so we can talk about these topics. Like I said, I'm going to wait for a few more people to come in. And then we're going to get started. Because you guys know that you all make the show. So, you all make the show. And I can start elaborating right away. And also, let me see. I really should have switched my phones around, but it's okay. It's okay. I got 3 shares in here, and I think they were all me. Where y'all at? 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 Okay. I guess I will get started then. This is Firetalk, episode number 6. We just start off with some little grooving, some good vibes. Play a little clip of a positive song that I like. Okay.
I've been raising my vibration. I've been healing, I've been praying. I've been raising my vibration. I've been patient, I've been
We're about to get started.
I've been stacking, I've been saving, I've
We
been
always
healing,
want to start off with some positive vibes.
I've been raising my vibration.
Most neglected, now protected, most respected and reflected. Yeah, I've been raising my vibration, healing the hurt, doing the work, never revert to whack vibes that came first. Peace in your mind, peace in your soul, peace in your home. Keeping it real enough to grow, that's how you know You raising your vibrations, that's how you know. Yeah, you raising your vibration. Transfiguration, out of stagnation. She remembered who she was, that's a daily affirmation. You're still evolving and amazing. The Genesis, just like a chrysalis. Protecting your space, trust your intuition. In a limited space, your ancestors been waiting. Your higher self been praying. Keep raising your vibration.
I've been raising my vibration.
Okay. And that is
I've been raising my vibration.
that. Let's get started. Hey Ayana, hey Ayana. You should share the video for me. That would be great. We are going to get started. Today we are, I do not like this camera view. So we're gonna switch it right there. Today we're gonna be talking about some we're gonna be talking about 3 topics I got lined up, and I want you guys, what y'all want to talk about first? We want to talk about the Roe versus Wade first. Do we want to talk about self-love and the makeup and the weaves first, or do we want to talk about P-Valley and the representation that it has in the Black community? Those are some deep topics, and yeah, definitely topics that I feel like we should be talking about. And so yeah, we're gonna see what you guys want to talk about first, and if no one says anything, then I'm gonna just go ahead and then get started with. Make sure y'all share when y'all come on, please, because we're gonna need way more than 2 people to talk about these things. We're gonna need more than 2 people. And so weaves. Okay, so we're gonna talk about self-love first. Okay, Ayana said weaves. We're gonna talk about self-love first. And so the topic, or I'm gonna show, I usually go off a status or a meme that I saw going around. So I'm going to pull that up real quick, and we're gonna read that, and then we're gonna get into this fire talk. Okay, so this is the comment, guys. This is the comment. So it says, I hate that our generation of women feel like we have to look exactly like this to be beautiful. Let me show you what to talk about. I don't even know who that is. Well, I do. Black China, and I don't know the other girl. We have to look like exactly like this to be beautiful. From the $800 wigs, to the dramatic lashes, to the makeup, to the over-embellished body parts. Everyone looks exactly the same nowadays. And I get wanting to make yourself feel beautiful. I just hate that we think this is what it takes. This image will have real women with real bodies feeling inferior just because they can't afford to spend thousands on a new body plus maintenance. It's okay not to fit the cookie cutter image that society defines as beautiful. These women get paid to give off an ideal of perfection. Be the best you. They used to be just like you. So that's the status that we going on. And again, we're talking about, we're talking about this kind of image. Psych, nah, laugh now, I play. Okay, so yeah, that's what we're talking about. Okay, and so the comments was definitely all over the place, because I definitely feel like we have a lot, of women who fit this description. And so what's going on here? What do you guys think is playing a part in this? What do you guys think is playing a part in most of the women tending to, kind of, it is like a cookie cutter image. Do you guys agree or disagree with some hearts or sad faces? Do you feel like it's like a cookie cutter image, like everyone kind of almost look, kind of got the same things going on, like the edges in the same spots? Everyone got the 2 edges right here, and the long lashes and things of that nature. Don't get me wrong, I wear lashes too. I wear lashes. I do. I wear weave. I do. This is something that we all do. We all do. And what I find it is a lot of people just want something they don't have. So a lot of times if you got straight hair, you want curly hair. If you got curly hair, you want straight hair. If you got straight hair, they want nappy hair. Like, I really feel like, we as black women be kind of want the image, or what you would call white girl hair, and they be want our hair. Like, you want what you don't have. That's what I feel like. What do you guys feel? Anybody want to get on here and elaborate? When it comes to someone not loving themselves because they wear these things or use these things to accentuate their beauty, do I feel like they don't love themselves? I don't know if I could go as deep as that. How y'all feel about it? Let's elaborate. Let's elaborate. And then I'm gonna also read some of the I think it's sad that people think they need to fit in like everyone else, especially with implants. I feel like big booties and little booties do the same thing. they both jiggle. Oh my God, Ayana, you're so funny. I needed that laugh. That was so funny. Oh my God. Ayana says, big booties and little booties do the same thing. They both jiggle. I feel what you're saying, Ayana. We definitely have a big thing with BBLs and just surgeries and things of that nature. Do you guys feel like it's easier to just go out and pay for a butt than to work to get a butt? Do y'all feel like that? How do y'all feel? How do y'all feel about that? I think that I think it is. Well, I'm not going to say I think it is. Let me rephrase that. They do make it very easy, and if you have the money, why would they not just use the money to hurry up and get it done versus actually doing the work to get it done, which could take some time and commitment and patience and dedication. A lot of things that we tend to, kind of lacking nowadays that we need to, pick back up a little bit, because nothing comes easy. Nothing comes easy. If it was easy, you probably wouldn't. You tend to not want it after a while. You have to work hard to get what you want, and so people spend so much money into all these implants. They're gonna need double or triple the money to fix it. Yeah, like what's the outcome? I mean, what's the end point? Like, do you just get them and never have to do anything else? Do you get implants and never have to maintenance them? And I don't know if I'm using the right terminology, but I'm not sure, but I would hate to have to keep back and get more stuff done. And how do you guys feel? Would you guys see the surgery process and how there's lots of blood, lots of cutting, lots of stitches, lots of healing that you have to do, or a little bit of a recovery, a nice amount of time to recover? How do you guys feel about that? Would you rather do that, or would you rather, put the work in? How y'all feel about that? What would y'all rather do? And people really crafty with the makeup, lashes, and weave. You don't come across people that's natural nowadays. I definitely, I can agree. I definitely can agree. Even one point in time, my daughter told me, like, Mom, your lashes are getting big. I'm like, you know what? They are. They are. And I honestly tried to grow my own lashes out, and it's, they grew, and it took a nice amount of time. But I think that you, of course, want longer eyelashes when you see so many longer eyelashes. And so, yeah. But there are ways that you can grow your eyelashes, like coconut oil. You could simply take some a Q-tip and some coconut oil and rub on your eyelashes, or some I don't want to say vitamin E oil, but I'm going to get back to you with that. Or my husband will kindly put it in the comments, because I know castor oil. Castor oil. Not the dietary kind, but the actual castor oil. So yep, those things grow your eyelashes. Not personally, I like the lashes. You do? I do. Like I said, I do too. I had a phase where, yeah, my eyelashes are really short. So yeah, I had a phase when I enjoyed the eyelashes. Still to this day. So I think that's just, you know, the image that we see, and I think that if everyone had short eyelashes, I think if that's the image we saw, it would go there. I think whatever image we see, that's kind of where it, kind of flows to. And so, do you guys feel like if women are wearing these things that they don't love themselves? Do y'all feel like if women wear like eyelashes or makeup and stuff, do they not love themselves? Hearts, sad faces, hearts, yep. No. Okay. Tanya says no. My mother says no. What else? How else y'all feel about it? Like I said, with the weave, to me, it could be simply you want a short hairstyle, but you got long hair and you don't want to cut your hair. Like, that don't necessarily mean you don't like your hair. Or maybe you don't want to actually put color in your hair. And so, you might get some weave that's that color. However, on the flip side, we do just have to pay attention to these things, because nothing that is really not made by our people really, I'm not going to say that, but we just have to watch things, because weave and stuff can tend to have a lot of chemicals on it. The eyelashes do have warnings on it, for your eyes. They do have tons of ingredients. The makeup do have tons of ingredients. The makeup will harm you, or change your face over time, especially if you wear it consistently. And so while it is okay, I feel like, to use these things here and there to accentuate your beauty, I feel like we just shouldn't get consistent or rely on them, and that we should know that we are beautiful without them. They want to enhance their beauty. Yes, exactly. And so that's how I feel about that. Anybody else want to elaborate how they feel, just so we can have another perspective besides mine? If not, we'll get a few questions then, and then we will move on. Anybody want to come on and elaborate? Come on, guys. Be some contributors. Go ahead and share your perspective. Don't be scared to come up here. Everybody is friendly on here, and we open and want to hear different topics. Different perspectives. So come on, don't be afraid to come on here and elaborate. I'm gonna go to the actual post real quick and just read some of the comments that people said, and you guys can say whether you agree or disagree. Please, if you're just coming in, please share the video, so we can get some more people in here. 3 is a little bit on the low side, but I am grateful. But yeah, let's share so we can get some more people in here. And I am going to go to this post. So it says, the comments. Oh man, he ain't gonna let me go to the let's see. Let's see what I want. Do we got somebody who trying to come on here? Anybody coming on here? I know some shows I might have to wing it. And I should have had my post pulled up, but I can't find it. Anyway, we're probably going to move on anyway. So what I say about that is self-love, and basically the question was, is self-love being lost because of wigs, weaves, and makeup? I do feel like it's being lost, but I think that it doesn't have to be that way. We need to learn how to not rely on it, and just know that our natural beauty, your natural beauty should be what you're most happy with. Hey, Christopher Makti, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I know today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. And I pray you had a nice, or I hope that you had a nice birthday and enjoyed your day. And I pray that you're blessed with many more. Don't ask me why that was such a tongue twister. But yeah. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Okay. So, do we have a male maybe that want to come on and elaborate, on what, maybe, how do they feel about women wearing these things? Is it something, that doesn't bother them, or is it something that, they don't mind? Any men want to elaborate? Okay, then. I guess we're just gonna move on to the next topic then. And so, yes, or how about this, before we move on to the next topic, because since I feel like these topics are important, I would, like some more people in here. So how about the people that are in here? Do you guys have any topics that you would like to talk about? Because we can do that too. Any topics you guys would like to talk about? Let me see how many people's online. Okay. So then, I guess I'll go to my next topic. So, I felt like I was going to talk about Roe versus Wade, and I feel like this is important because I learned something that I did not know, and I was like, wow, do anybody else know this? And I'm like, does anybody else know this? Because it definitely was a shocker. So you guys know that Roe versus Wade, or I don't know, maybe you don't know, but it was a decision made by the Supreme Court in like 1970 something, like 1973, which ruled that the Constitution of the United States protect the pregnant woman's liberty to choose to have an abortion. Okay, so women were able to choose if they wanted to have an abortion or not. And it started with a lady named not even Jane Roe. That was, her like cover up, her name. Her real name was Norma McCorvey. And do you know that the story was that she was gang raped, okay, by a black man. And she wanted to abort the baby. But do you guys know that in 2017, before she died on her deathbed, that she admitted that she lied and that she never did want an abortion or even got an abortion? So she basically was paid to be the face of the the Roe versus Wade, so they basically can pass abortions. And it was all based off of a lie. And she admitted it. on her deathbed. She admitted it several times, actually. And we're gonna actually take a little look at one. It's about like just like a 1 minute clip. Y'all just stay with me. It's actually 1 minute and 29 seconds.
Jane Rose's story was. She said she had been gang raped, gotten pregnant, was desperate to get an abortion. That's what everyone believed, as long as Jane Roe remained anonymous. When she went public, she told a different story.
You were raped while you were in Georgia?
No, I wasn't.
You were not?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, so all those stories that are in the books and so forth are not true?
Yes, sir. Yes.
They're not true.
Right. And it turned out that lying wasn't the only embarrassment this darling of the pro-choice forces presented. In her personal treatise published last year, Norma McCorvey told the story of her somewhat sordid life. Then she still adamantly supported abortion. Now she adds that to the list of sins she took with her into the baptismal pool. I've cheated people out of money. I've sold drugs. I was an abusive alcoholic for, many years. I've done a lot against his teachings. But I think the far greater sin that I did was to be the plaintiff in Roe versus Wade. Crumb TV.
Yes. So she lied. She was paid to be an actor, basically. Let's just say it like that. What do you guys think about that? What do y'all think about that? Like, seriously. She never even had an abortion. This is a little clip from, or not a clip, but I'm gonna read it. In a new documentary made before her death in 2017, due to be broadcast on Friday, McCorvey makes what she calls a deathbed confession. I took their money. They took me out in front of cameras and told me what to say, she says on camera. I did it well, too. I'm a good actress, of course. I'm not acting now. If a young woman wants to have an abortion, that's no skin off my ass. That's why they call it a choice, she added. So this was all based off the law, the ruling, all based off of a lie. How do y'all feel about that? Like, shocker, right? Never even known. And these are the type of things you're not going to just go and, pull up on Google easily. You're going to have to do a little digging. And so, yeah, she basically was paid to say black men raped her. They use her as a paid actor to promote fear. And so, yeah, here we are with the Roe versus Wade being overturned. And now abortion being banned can be up to the states. And so, how do you guys feel about that? I keep asking that, and since I don't see nobody saying nothing, I kind of go into how I feel about it. But I feel like it's more than just this, that it's gonna, it's about being able to make the choice over your body. And so if they can make the choice or take this away from you, and honestly, they can't take it away from you. Let me just go here. You always can make a choice. You always can make a choice, and it just might be through their way, but you always have a choice. And so, yeah, anybody want to elaborate on that? Anybody want to elaborate? Very, very interesting. Very interesting. And also, let me see. I just took a bunch of screenshots of my notes instead of writing them down this time because, yeah, that was getting a little tedious. But, yeah, And so I feel like that was something important that we should know, because it's now been overturned, but was it ever really supposed to go through? Like, this was definitely here, because there's a certain race that, needs a little help, and they need to stop, they can't be the minority. And we're not going to go so deep in that. So yeah, anybody else want to elaborate on anything else before I move into the next topic? I know we're moving along kind of fast with the topics here, and I know that some days will go like that. Because I need, this is more so show form, and while I want you guys to hear my perspective, the biggest thing of this is hearing more than one perspective, and so we could just come to better understandings, or just hear a little bit more, talk more about it. So I would love for you guys to come on and elaborate about, or anything that it is that you feel like it's important that we should be talking about. How do you guys feel about abortions? For them or not for them? Hearts or sad faces? Are y'all for them or y'all not for them? No hearts or sad. My phone cannot be at 3%, but that's the screenshot. That was the charge on the screenshot. For choices. Okay. Mom says she's for being able to make the choice, no matter what that is. I agree. Let me see if I took any, I don't think I took any more notes on that, but yeah, I just wanted, I kind of had touched on that in the last episode, so if you want to go, hear some things about that, where some people actually did get on and elaborate on it, you can go back and watch episode 5, because there were a few people on there that elaborate on it. Welcome, Adriana. Thank you for joining. I believe you should make your own choices. I definitely agree with you. And a few more people said that on here. So yes, and I definitely feel like that's how most women feel. I feel like that's how most women feel. Because like I said, that just goes to other things. That just goes into, this, getting that, whether you have the choice to do that or not. Like, it's deep, it goes deeper than this. So, yeah. However, I do feel like, we definitely should make sure that we do know what it takes to get pregnant, and that, unless it's like a major, like, illness or problem, or, like, something bad, I do feel like, once you land down and, doing those things, then, please, we have to keep that in mind, because it definitely helps and plays a part. Okay, then. Let's move on. Okay. So, first of all, do anybody on here watch P-Valley before I even talk about this? Because if we don't even watch P-Valley, then I'm going to just switch it into, it's still going to be related to that, but I just have to know, do anybody watch it on here? It's only 4 people, so I know I haven't seen it personally. I don't understand how someone feel they have the right to take that choice. Yeah, I definitely, that gets a little interesting. Definitely gets a little interesting. But we saw that with the mandates and things of that nature. They're taking things away, and they're making you take things. So they just kind of want to take over everything. They don't want us to be able to choose really at all. And I just think that we need to pay attention to that, because Just go back in history and just see if they have our best interests. Anybody watch P-Valley? Otherwise, I'm going to just go into talking about homosexuality and how it's affecting our community. And how do you guys feel about it? How do you guys feel about homosexuality? And we know, we don't know, but homosexuality is the quality or characteristics of being sexually attracted solely to people of one's own sex. And so, liking the same sex. How you guys feel about it? How do you guys feel about it? And I want to elaborate on this because I also saw a post going around, just about a young child, saying that she liked girls and expressing that she wanted to dress like a boy. And I'm like, I feel like this is something that we need to talk about because, this right now that happened, it's happening. And this is also a part of the future. Our children are the future. And right now, this is where the future is being molded from. So how do y'all feel about homosexuality? I know that is a very hard topic that can be talked about, but it's a topic that still needs to be talked about. It definitely does. And so how do you guys feel about it? Any heart sad faces? You okay with it? You're not okay with it? How y'all feel? Love P-Valley. Okay, Karen. Like I was saying, I haven't seen it. I think I tend to shy away from anything that has I just get tired of seeing all the same sex stuff on every TV show, and so I kind of just start not watching anything. But yeah, I would love for someone to tell me, give me a little rundown of what it's about. Otherwise, I did a little Googling and watched I didn't watch no few clips. Let me not even say that. But I saw a few things on Facebook, and it basically says P-Valley is like a plethora of storylines about homosexuality. It tackles its LGBTQ storyline, exploring not just what it means for Black men in the South to own and claim their identity, but also how that plays out in the music industry and genre, and notorious for rejecting that might be its most compelling. And so basically, yeah, it's a lot of strippers, a lot of homosexuality. How do you guys feel? Because we have a large part of our population and our community watching shows like this. And do you think it plays a part in our lives or our children's lives? It's 80% normal / real life and about 20% homophonic. You really got to get into it because it's way more than just a gay TV series. And so, I had this discussion. We had a little round table discussion with me and three other people, and we talked about how we think that they make a lot of the good shows to where they that good to where you're gonna be okay, it's okay if they got a few scenes, a few scenes with the same sex in it. It's okay, because this is a great show. And you kind of confirmed that for me. And so it's that now, are the things that that is very good about the show. How do you feel about them? What's the plot? What's the storyline of it? Is it somebody elaborate with me, please? Let me know. I need the I don't need the Google version. I need the like version, somebody who watch it like, this is why I think it's a good show version. And I'm going to go through some of these screenshots real quick of what I saw some people saying. Because I feel like if anybody do get on and elaborate, then, you know, these are Facebook comments. These are what people, you know, were actually saying. So, a choice, people have to love who they want to love. Okay. So Tanya says, you know, that comes with choice, and you have a choice. You always have a choice. So that's definitely, you know, related to plenty of topics and things that we're going through. You're always going to have a choice. Does that mean that your choice is always right? And I'm not saying no one choice is wrong. I'm just telling my perspective. Since, no, you know, since, you know, until we have someone come on and elaborate their perspective. You know, I just feel like we was put here to reproduce. I think that's why we were made. To put here, to have sex, to reproduce. And so, same sex can't reproduce. And do anybody want to elaborate if that is like forbidden in the Bible? Because I'm not like really very much informed on the Bible to where I know. But is it? Don't get me wrong, every show nowadays has some version of LGBTQ because they're trying to normalize it, because it's becoming the norm. I just think they trying to highlight everyone, not just, and I'm going to go finish reading that on here because I don't want to scroll the phone. But thank you, Karen, for commenting. Let me go read it. And so it says, I just think they trying to highlight everyone, not just the gangsters and strippers and blacks with money and blacks without, and the struggles. They trying to highlight everyone. Okay. So Karen, do they highlight any like black moms and dads, or strong black families, or strong black relationships between a male and a female, or any of that? Because I don't know. I really don't know. Do they have any of that, or is it more so just like the gangsters, the strippers, and all the things that you mentioned? Just like, let me read this. It won't let me. Just like a Barbie doll, they have so many different types nowadays because of the different types of women and little girls. It's the same thing. Just like a Barbie doll, they have so many different types nowadays because of the different types of women, and little girls. It's just the same thing. Okay. Okay. I need you to elaborate that a little bit more for me. I think I get what you're saying, but I don't want to twist it around. And yeah, and so are they highlight adoptions and church struggles and strippers and rappers and a community building up other communities. And Uncle Clifford is taking care of everyone, not just his strippers. Okay, so is Uncle Clifford like one of the main characters? Oh, I believe, right? Is he alcohol abuse, drug abuse, prostitution, and everything else? Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to read some of the comments to see what some others were saying. Yeah, the comments is a little bit like, it's a lot of comments like okay, the show is a good show. You just have to get past some of those things so you can fast forward some of those things. Do you remember times like a little bit further ago when they wouldn't even show things like that? Why do you think that they're able to, or that they're showing things to us this easily? Like, or putting it in everything for everything to be seen. Do you guys not even do you guys realize how the characters on your children's games, or like the avatars that they be playing, you don't know if they're a boy or a girl? Like, I literally have my children coming up to me like, do this look like a boy or a girl? Have y'all seen that or experienced that? Like, do you guys feel like this is an agenda? Because I feel like this is like, I know this is an agenda. Because population control. 2 men can make a baby. So that takes off some of the births that's happening. 2 women can't make babies. So that takes off more. You have all types. People just have to get past their scenes. That's exactly what I saw in a lot of the comments. So I'm gonna go on here and read your comment because I don't want to get all up on the screen. People just have to get past their scenes because it's never been seen this graphic before. You could never see the things you would normally see on P Valley because they the first that's been openly broadcasted. Okay. To make money and to make it seem normal or okay. Okay, so you feel like it's been done for money and to make it feel like it's normal. Okay, so do you guys feel like it's normal? Is it normal? Is homosexuality normal? Do you feel like it's normal? Do you feel like it's natural? Do you feel like you can be born that way? They even put a gay couple in the new Proud Family show, when in the original show there were no gay couples. The new Toy Story movie has a gay couple. Like, is this all really necessary? Like, isn't that like they're really, do you guys not feel like they're really trying to force this onto people and our children? Like, does it really have to be a gay couple in a kids movie? What y'all feel about that? Heart, sad faces. Does it really have to be a gay couple in a kids movie, such as Toy Story, or a kids show such as Proud Story, which I believe both of these gay characters are black? Can you let me know? Can you confirm that or not? But I definitely believe so. Is it natural? Can you be born this way? What do you guys feel about that? Can you be born this way? Where's my guest at? I'm gonna need a guest. It's been a good, I don't know. And I'm gonna need a guest. Where my guest at? Who's coming on here? Come on, y'all. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. When a man is making all this stuff, then it's for a reason. It's definitely for a reason. It's definitely for a reason. Because it truly is not really a reason to just add it into a children's movie where, like, why we're being inundated. That's a new word I haven't heard before. I'm gonna have to look that up. We're being inundated, neither homosexuality specifically in our community. Can you elaborate on that, sweetheart? It's to become more let me see. Because Karen writes some good comments. Let me go on here and read it. It's good to become more educated, yes. You could go about it differently, but there's no way to be honest about the situation. We have to become more willing to be open-minded, regardless if we don't agree or accept. Okay. I definitely agree, open-minded, definitely, just because in today's time we have just been trained to believe a lot of things that is being told to us, from holidays to traditions to things that we eat to a lot of different things that's not necessarily, don't even, really be the truth, and so a lot of things will be like, well, this is what we've been doing, or this is what our parents did, or as far as holidays, like, oh, it's nothing wrong with lying about Santa Claus. We grew up and knew about Santa Claus. Like, just be open-minded. Like, how far does open-minded go? And what do you, how far does open-minded go? Because you can be open-minded. You definitely can. Let me see what this says. It's to become more. Okay, that's the same thing. Yeah, and so, like I said, I definitely think it's an agenda, and like kind of like the same thing with the pandemic start and the whole, V were they were pushing it so hard, and this has been pushed so hard as well, Whenever they tend to be pushing things so hard on us, I think it's because it's not natural, and it's, so the only way for it to become accepted is to basically see it all around you. Once you see everyone else doing it, or okay with it, or accepting it, or being open-minded about it, it tends to become more happening around you. And I think we have to look at the bigger picture. Like, we need to be reproducing. We need to be having kids. That's what we were put here for, and we can't do that if we're in a same-sex relationship. So that's my perspective. Anybody else want to come on here and elaborate their perspective? Because like Karen said, you have to be open-minded. Just because you don't agree, don't necessarily mean that it's right or wrong. And this also goes into a question that I wanted to ask as well. And so, if you have, I want to say 6 years old, if you have a 6-year-old boy, son, and he comes to you and say, Mommy, I want a dress. Can you please buy me a dress? What would your guys' response be? What would you say? He's 6. He's your son, and you guys are in the store shopping, and he says, I want this dress. Mommy, can you buy me this dress? How would y'all feel about that? What would your response be? What would y'all response be? Well, nobody want to respond. That's, that gets a little tough, right? Because, they say, like, you're supposed to love your children for who they are and stuff and things of that nature. Do you feel like a 6-year-old is able to, understand at that point what it is that he's feeling and able to make that decision? Like, that's what he wants to do? I don't think so. Are you saying you would tell the child? I don't think so. If he comes to you and say he wants to wear a dress, I think that's what you're saying, but I'm not sure. But let me just say that'll be my response. No, I think first I'll be like, why? What makes you want to wear a dress? And I honestly could say that dresses are prettier than boy clothes. They're colorful and things of that nature. And so I could see why maybe a child would be attracted to it, but I think that would be my job as a parent to be like, no, dresses are for girls, and we're going to find something over here for you in the boys section. Okay. Felicia says, she would say, I don't think so. And that's what I would say too. Anybody else feel different? Anybody else would let their son go for it at 6 years old and let him wear the dress? Son, you want a dress or do you want the pretty clothes or colors? Okay, so you will ask him, like, is it just to get a better understanding? Is it the dress that he wants or is it because of the colors? Because that definitely, makes a difference. Let me go to some of the things, the screenshots that I had. They were just different things to elaborate on. It says, when people address their concerns of male homosexuality being displayed in every modern, predominantly black television show, and someone responds with, these people exist, get over it, it's kind of annoying. Because, I get it, but positive relationships between black men and black women exist as well as black two-parent household, as well as healthy relationships. But they are not being displayed in every modern, predominantly black television show. It's usually always a toxic relationship between black man and woman, or a dysfunctional single parent black family. There is no balance. Do y'all agree or disagree? Men are wearing hoochie daddy shorts nowadays. Nobody's saying anything about that. Oh, girl. I don't want to see nobody in no hoochie daddy shorts. Clothes are just that clothes. Okay, clothes are just that clothes. So you're saying, Karen, you wouldn't mind. You wouldn't mind if your 6-year-old son wanted to wear a dress, or vice versa, your daughter wanted to dress like a boy. That it really wouldn't matter to you that clothes are just clothes. And so with this post that I just read, I get it. It's like, yes, you see the same sex in almost every episode, but you don't even have a healthy couple or a strong family or a strong two-parent household being displayed in hardly anything at all. Like, what, Family Matters and Cosby Show and back in that don't even come on TV anymore. Now you have Bill Cosby, in jail, and R. Kelly being sentenced to 30 years, which is a whole nother subject that I see a lot of people talking about on my timeline tonight. That has to do with, this gets really deep. This is a lot of, just homosexuality, the whole sex trafficking, the whole molestation, and all of this stuff. Everything has to do with sex. And it's like everyone's vibrating so low. It's like the world is vibrating at such a low frequency that these things, I feel like we're getting easily attracted to or distracted by. I'm going to need y'all to talk to me. I'm going to need someone else to come on here and tell me what's going on, because I get a little scared. Because, like I said, it's just all around you. Like, why do you need to put that in the Proud Family? Why do you need to put that in Toy Story? Come on, Toy Story. You have, what, six Toy Stories? Mom says agenda. Definitely agenda. So, if it's an agenda, what's it for? It's so there can be less of us. It's too many. It's too many of us. So it needs to be less of us. Like, I'm going to need you guys to just see that, because it gets bigger than this. This is not just what we're watching. It's what we're eating. It's what we're listening to. The music that we're listening to. It's the chemtrails in the air. All of these things are playing a part and affecting your body in some kind of way to just throw things off. Like, people are not in their natural states. So it goes back to what I'm saying. Do you guys feel like a child can be born homosexual? Heart faces or sad faces? Do you feel like a child can be born homosexual? How come I don't see no hearts or no sad faces? Y'all, don't be scared now. Don't be scared. Y'all should all go out and share this live for me. That would definitely be great. And I saw some sad faces that, no, you don't feel like that they can be born that way. Okay, that was one sad face. Give my little 2 cents. And yeah, I don't feel like they can be born that way. Yeah, I don't see that happening. And so that's why I definitely think the things that they're watching, and so that's why what really is the media. And you know, the media control the minds of the mass. The mass is all of us. We literally get controlled by the media, TV forms, social media, and all types of media. The media was never created for us. It was to distract us, but it was never created to empower us or educate us or build us up or anything great. Especially not for the Black community. Its history basically has always been of propaganda or agenda, some type of agenda. False stories, false narratives, false realities. I think to keep us confused, to not really know our true selves and come into true understanding. But it's our responsibility to control that. We always have a choice. And so while it's put in front of us in so many different angles, that don't mean that we have to allow it in our homes. We have to teach our children. We have to build up our standards and our morals, and our principles. We have to teach them things, right from wrong. And the television programs is just for that. There's a difference between reality and television programs. Television programs. It is to program you to think a certain way. And if you're programmed to think someone else's way, then you won't think the way that you're supposed to do naturally. And so we can never expect creators who value wealth and greed to make content that is helpful, useful, and beneficial for our greater good. Evil will always prevail, as we are told that sex sells negativity, sales and violence gets the best ratings, and ratings aren't going down. So we have to institute the change we want to see within our own homes, communities, and ultimately our world. And that might, tend to make more of a difference, because I think there is a lot of morals being lost. I think we don't have any morals nowadays. We tend to lack in them. So I think that's just something we, need to work on. The media is never going to have our best interests unless you have like stuff like this. Where we speak about real things and the truth, and you have real people to vouch for it. So definitely makes a difference. Let's see. Anybody want to get on here and elaborate on anything? I agree. A lot of people don't have morals. Yeah, it's, and it goes with so many different things. Even with I remember like women didn't even used to, like we're fine with, we used to be a little bit more reserved. Like we're fine with just, even like, yeah, it just gets a little, the morals. We definitely have to build our morals back up. And I see you guys are all coming in right now. So that's good. We have went over a lot. And yeah, it was about 3 people on here. And, I'm going to just give a quick little overview since, you guys are in here about what we were talking about. But right now we're talking about homosexuality because it's definitely been pushed in front of us. It's been pushed in front of our children. And why? We have to ask ourselves, why is that? And it gets really deep. And I be saying I don't want to go too deep on the show because, but sometimes you have to take it a little deep. And I don't think we know how powerful we are as a black people in the black community. And honestly, it takes a few black people to come together and make a big difference just because of the knowledge, the strength, who we are, what we know. And could you imagine us having tons of children and keep having children and keep having children? No, you definitely have to create some same-sex relationships and definitely put homosexuality out there so we know. So, because that means more babies. If that's not happening. How do you guys feel? Anybody want to come on here and elaborate anything? Please. It's been has it been an hour? And I have had no guest up here. You guys are what makes the show. However, I'm glad it's still a show. You guys are actually, listening in the comments. I do appreciate that as well. Anybody want to come on here and elaborate anything? Listen to this. I teach my kids that love is love, whatever they decide to love. Or if we're in public, that you can't judge people if they're gay. Yeah, definitely don't judge people. Definitely not. Definitely teach. That comes with your morals and, things of that nature. Also, treat people how you would want to be treated. So, definitely don't judge anyone because we don't want anyone judging us for the decisions that we're making. But once again, I think it comes down to that sometimes we get to say that no, it's not right, or yes, it is right. And I think some things, I feel that some things it is a right or it is a wrong. We just been programmed to feel like no, it's what you feel type stuff. But yes, and so the question was, would you, if you had a 6-year-old son or daughter and they asked to have a dress, your son asked could he wear a dress, or your daughter asked to dress like a boy, how would you guys respond to that? Mom, won't you go out the live and come back in because it won't let me add you. So like leave out the live and then join back into the live and then send a request. Dun, dun, dun. So let me just read this because this was one of the screenshots that I screened. It said, Black Twitter is dragging these P-Valley actors for the gay sexual scenes. Why is it so hard to believe that the actor who plays Lil Murda is a straight man? He's an actor. Y'all, he's an actor. As extreme as that may seem for folks who aren't artists, I get why it's hard for you to understand. Some of our favorite actors have played rapists, murderers, drug dealers, racists, robbers, etc. But they are none of those things in real life. And P-Valley is a television show. So, but in real life, a whole lot of y'all are married to and date a bunch of these Lil Murders. And it's just the truth. And I mean the whole truth. The DL man in the black community was created by you know what. That was a strong comment. She said some things in there. Or he. I don't know if it was a he or she. So Tanya's getting on, my mother's getting on. Hey mother, hey mother.
Hello there. Hello there. Can you hear me okay?
I can't hear you.
Okay. So, regarding the homosexuality and or a child, a son coming to his mom asking about a dress, or a daughter going to her mom or something asking about wearing boy clothes, whatever. So,
Mm-hmm.
the reason I think I'm torn about it is because if it were you and you came to me with that question of wanting to wear boy clothes, that doesn't necessarily mean that you want to be a boy, or that doesn't necessarily mean that you want to date girls. But if at any point during your coming up of me raising you, if you ever said, well, Mom, I think I like girls, that would be a conversation that we would have, because I would want to ask you, what makes you feel that you like girls? Is it because y'all are best friends? Y'all get to do things together? Y'all like a lot of the same stuff? Does that necessarily mean that you want to date a girl, though, just because you guys like all this stuff together? Um, and so sometimes that makes the role of a mom more challenging, because sometimes the dads are not always there that the child can go to ask for this guidance. So a mom, she got different uh, uh, situations that she deals with, and I think that just having a child in the world today, I think we have to show that child that no matter what they face in this world, we are going to support them and we're going to be there for them. Are we going to like all of their choices and decisions they make? Possibly not, but we're not to judge. I know my mom didn't like all the choices and decisions that I made coming up. But I will hope that if I would have gone to her with something like this, I hope that she would have been open enough to accept me for whom I am. Because to even have that as a choice in our mind, or a thought in our mind as a person, that's already scary right there, because that's so not norm of what we see. We see, man, woman, woman, man. But if I'm a child and I think I like the same another little girl, then like, who am I gonna tell? What do I do with these feelings? So I think that
So question.
mhm.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I didn't want to lose the point. So you said that if they express that they wanted to dress, if they have a hard time expressing, you said they might have these questions or feelings and things of that nature, or might not necessarily, want to do that or want to date a girl, but they might have a best friend, or they might, and it just might be something that stands out to them that make them feel like that's what, they like, or things of that nature. Do you think that if they already feeling that way and might be a little confused in that aspect, but then see their favorite show like Proud Family have two dads or two moms, or they watch Toy Story and see two moms or two dads, that they might then not be so confused and maybe then be like, okay, well, I see this here, then maybe it's okay.
And that could be the case. That's just like some of the commercials that you see, um, and some of the ideas of, if you see her, you can be her. If you see him, you can
Right.
be him. So I just, it's tough. It's really tough, because we are supposed to be supportive, and I would hate to be that parent and to tell a child that I'm your mom, no matter what it is. I want you to always come and talk to me about any and everything. I want that to be true to my child. I don't want them to feel judged. I don't want them to feel scared, because this world is already scary and challenging. I mean, so I just think, just being a parent nowadays, we do face different challenges that we didn't face before. But I think if we treat people the way we want to be treated, I think that would be a starting point, even in a situation like this. Because if you treat the child the way you would want it to have been treated, if it were you and you went to your parent with something so scary.
Okay, definitely. You said you definitely made some great points. I did want to ask you one more question. Uh, if your child did come to you and express that they like the same sex, would you just accept it right away, or would you guide them in a different way?
What I would do is, I think I would ask some questions, because I wouldn't want them to feel like I said at first, let's say, for example, we have a sleepover. Let's say it's a sleepover. And, you know, girls are dressing up, they're doing their nails, they're doing each other's hair. They're like, oh, you're so pretty. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I want to like a girl. And that's why I just want to make sure that we understand as parents, is that if our child should come to us with that we do ask additional
Mm-hmm.
questions to make sure that that child understands
That's
that just because you like certain things does not necessarily make you like the same sex.
I can definitely agree with that. That was a great point you made, Mother. Um, thank you, thank you. I want to go and elaborate on some things you said, and thanks for joining.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too.
So that was my mother. Hopefully she'll drop her YouTube channel in the comments, because she does have a YouTube channel. She does give some positive inspirational messages on her YouTube, and she makes jewelry. I show you guys her jewelry every night. This is what I have on today. And so, yeah, she makes jewelries, bracelets, anklets, necklaces, and waist beads. So, yeah, go ahead and subscribe to her YouTube channel. She'll put in the comments in a few. Give her a second. So, what she had said, she made a good point that I want to elaborate on real quick. She said that, you should ask a question. In case if your child come to you and say that they like the same sex, you should ask questions like, because what if they just see a girl and she likes the way she looks. She thinks she's very pretty. That don't necessarily mean that you're attracted to them. And so that can get a little confusing. And for that example, let's say you see a girl, you think she really pretty, you like the way she carry herself, you like the way she act, to the point where they might be confused and think that they may like a girl, and then go and see it in a show, two women or two girls, and then go see it in another show, and then go see it on YouTube, and then go see it, and now it's like that's just confirmation right there. So I definitely think that by placing it in TV shows and in front of our children and things of that nature, definitely is a part of an agenda and plays a huge role in our community. Nothing wrong with being gay, to each its own. Yeah, that's definitely what we're coming down to. Um, Everyone is, voicing their own perspectives and beliefs on the situation. And yeah, we've been on it and for a little bit. So I just leave that with, I think that everything was put here for a reason. And we were put here to reproduce. And I feel like the only way you can reproduce, I know that the only way you can reproduce is a man and woman. And so, can anybody let me know if this is in the Bible? Like, is this forbidden in the Bible? Homosexuality? I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. But I feel like it is. Anybody want to let me know? Anybody want to let me know? Anybody else want to come on and elaborate on this topic? They say it's forbidden. Okay. So it is forbidden in the Bible. But, okay, Mika's going to come on. Thank you, Mika, for coming on. You will be our second
Hey,
guest. Thank you. Hey, thanks for joining.
hi. Well, they say that it's forbidden, but me personally, I feel like I don't question God. But if it's forbidden, why do people have that feeling then? Why is people made that way? Did they ask to be made that way, or was it just something they were just born with? Or so why is it made if it's forbidden? Why is people
You,
that way? I don't think a person is just made that way. Just say, hey, I'm just gonna come out the womb and I'm gonna be attracted to my same sex. I don't believe that. I don't believe a person just came out the womb and just wanted to be gay. Where you going? I'm trying to get that's a
so you
feeling
think
that
that
they
they can be,
desire. That's what turns them on. That's what they're attracted to. So why is it forbidden if they love it? Okay, when they say you read the Bible, I don't see nothing. I don't see it in the commandments. I don't see that you can't go to heaven being gay. I don't see them saying that if you gay you can't love God. It says anybody who love me and believe that I am God, you should be saved. So why if a person gay, why can't they go to heaven?
okay.
I mean,
Okay, then I definitely feel you on that. So you do feel like they could be born that way.
I do feel like it could be born that way because I know some people who never had a relationship with a man or a man who never had a relationship with a woman. They was literally since they was young, they known to be attracted to that.
Okay, you don't have to get into no details or anything, but was it a man or a woman?
I know both. I knew.
Okay, and did they grow up in a two-parent household?
Yeah, they grew up. They said with both of their parents. They just said ever since they got old enough to realize that they was attracted. They was attracted to. I know one said they were attracted to a woman soon as they started being attracted to something. their attraction was the same
Yeah.
sex. They never looked at a boy in that way. So that's why I'm saying, just because you come out that way, you didn't ask to be that way. Why you cannot be that way and be saved? I mean, I don't see you harming nobody. So my whole thing is, I know that that's what they teach us in the spirit world, but see, I tell everybody, when it comes to spiritual things, you got to be careful, because they say that it's a book that that's really the truth and the way and all
Hmm.
that type of stuff. But the book that they got now, that was man written, and it was not brought. You think for one second, if these peoples was in captivity and slaves and they came over on a boat, you think they really came with a book, a Bible? They packed the Bible on this boat and brought the Bible over here. If that's where they said that's where everything come from. I don't believe it. So I believe it's a
Okay.
to a lot of things, but they didn't give us the actual book to follow. They just heard those slaves calling out to God, and that's what they knew about. So they probably asked the slaves questions, and the slaves probably gave them certain what they really wanted them to know. And they just wrote this book and said, "This is how we can control them. We got
Okay.
this book."
Okay. Do you want to answer this question in the comments?
Well, I don't
It says
believe that. You talking about what Jessica just wrote about? I believe that if you're gay, you're going to hell.
no, no, no. It says I'm talking about Tanya. It says, why is it harder for us to accept boys who like boys than it is for us to accept girls who like girls?
Because
Do you
I think that's
do you agree with that?
no, I do agree with that, but I think it's biased. Though you
Okay.
think that's what it's called, bias? I think
Okay,
that
yeah.
it's biased because I feel like whatever you are, by any means necessary, be who you are. I don't look at
Okay.
if you like a man or if you like a woman, gay on gay, with woman to woman, man to man. I don't judge none of them. Because how can they say thou should not judge, but then turn around and judge them? But you holy. You cannot be holy and judge. You got to follow the rules.
Right.
So therefore, you are breaking the rules. If you saying that, hey, you just because you do, it says in the Bible too. Also, that's how you know the Bible got a lot of stuff that contradict itself, because it says that you cannot judge, right? So if you ain't supposed to judge people and people judging people, how can you sit there and say my sin? And then it say no sin is greater than the next, right? So if
Right.
my sin is no greater than the next sin, how can people keep saying everything that a person do? Oh, you did this and you're going to hell, or you did this and you going to hell. It says in the Bible, ain't no sin greater than the next. And it says if I believe that Jesus Christ died for my sins, I'm saved just like you is. Just because I'm gay don't
Okay.
mean I'm not saved. How? Can somebody please explain it to me out?
So even though it's forbidden in the Bible, you're saying that you still should be accepted and
But
not judged
I
for it.
believe so because it says the commandments. It said, follow my commandments and you shall be saved. Follow me and down the righteous path. But it never says, follow me if you're not gay. Follow me if you don't woo, 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 woo. It don't say that. So that's why I be like, it's so many things that they put and it contradicts itself so much because it tells us what and not to do. It says, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not do those type of things. But it never says thou shalt not be gay. Thou shalt not drink liquor. Thou shalt not smoke reefer. It don't say none of that. I'm just saying what it don't say. But they tell us to follow the word, but I mean, if we following it, let's be real here. It don't apply for certain things. It says thou shalt not judge, but we got judges.
Okay, then you definitely made some great points, Mika. Thanks for joining. You got any questions for anybody?
I got a question for Jessica when she said that I do believe that if you're gay, you're going to hell. I just want to know, how do you believe that? That means people probably believe that the things that you do in life that you're going to hell. But I don't believe it. Everybody should be forgiven.
Okay, so And so you basically saying you can't, be one person for sinning is going to hell when there's other people that's sinning, and it's the same thing happening basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
flip flops. Is they over there? It says that's what I said. It says that what I believe in. It says that no sin is greater than the next. So if no sin is greater than the next, how can you say my sin is gonna land me in hell? I
Okay.
don't believe.
You definitely made some great points. I'm gonna see if Jessica answered that's in the comments. Thanks for coming on, and make sure you stay in the comments.
Okay, I'm gonna stay in the comments and I'm gonna be reading so I can talk. I might want to come back if I feel like I want to come back.
Oh, you're definitely welcome to come back.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so thanks all who have just joined. Mika basically said, yeah, she said it's forbidden in the Bible, but it ain't a part of the commandments, so therefore she don't feel like you should be judged on that, whether you're going to be saved or not because of that. Let me read some of the comments really quick. If you just came on, thank you. Can you please take 1 second to go out and come back, go out and share and come back in? So Tanya says, why is it harder for us to accept boys who like boys than it is for us to accept girls who like girls? And I definitely saw that in the comments. It basically said, like, you have a lot of men who will glorify or fantasize of having threesomes, and it's okay for two women, but then when it's two men, it's like totally shut down. Any men want to elaborate on that? You know, is two girls something that you feel like is glorified and something maybe you fantasize about? Or do you feel like, no, it's the same? Both of them, you don't agree with both of them, or you do agree with both of them? Anybody want to elaborate? And let me go read and I feel like it's just what I said. That's my perspective, because threesomes are glorified, or woman action is glorified, then yeah, we tend to not see that as being a problem. Just even, just from earlier days, you'll see women dance with each other, but you're not going to really see men dancing on each other. But you'll see men watching women dancing on each other. And so none of that's ever wrong. But if we'll turn around and see two men dancing, we're going to be like, hold up, hold up. And so, yeah, there definitely is a difference. And I think that's just another part of the agenda and just the world that we live in. Hey, Soretta, thanks for joining. Let me read the look up contradictions in the Bible. You will be surprised. Okay, T Tresses, thanks for joining. Let me see what Soretta says. It won't let me see on here. Oh, yes, it does. We aren't supposed to be judged, period. The Bible says, judge ye not. But there is a verse in the Bible about the same sex, and I feel the Bible has contradictions. For sure, the Bible was written by a man. Yeah, I'm definitely hearing of a lot of contradictions, and that's where it gets a little of like a slippery slope. Like, you will have people who will say, don't do this, or don't follow this, or don't follow that. But yeah, like I said, I'm not even, I don't want to speak too much on it, because I honestly haven't read the Bible, just to be honest. Yep, there's so many years they find dinosaur fossils, but never found an artifact from the Bible. Yeah, I don't, and honestly, I don't even believe in dinosaur fossils. Like, I think that was something else, because if nothing was before men, then how are there dinosaurs? And why, it's nothing was, man was supposed to be the first thing on earth. So how were there dinosaurs? I don't understand. Um, yeah, so definitely, the Bible would definitely could be a great topic. It will definitely be have someone who knows the Bible that would have to elaborate on that because that can go very deep, just like it did now. Almost kind of got lost in what we were talking about, but we were talking about homosexuality. T. Trust says King James was gay. Who was he? I don't. Was he? Was he? Was he? Um. And yeah, so that gets deep. That topic gets deep. And if you guys just to go back in there real quick, we got on that subject because of the P-Valley, and we were talking about the representation that is happening in the Black community. Is it having a negative representation in our community? Since we have a few more people on here, could you say yes or hearts or sad faces? Not just P-Valley, any show that is portraying same-sex same-sex things. Does this have an effect on our community? I see some hearts. I see some hearts, and I see a yes. Okay. And so yeah, anybody else want to get on and elaborate on this topic? Otherwise, I honestly am going. I don't want to end the show yet. I don't. Because I have a few more things that I want to discuss, but I am going to go into a quick little commercial, I guess, intermission, just about 3 minutes. So while y'all can either go out the live and come back, you could think of some topics that you might want to talk about, or you could go out the live and share and come back on in. And I'm just was going to play something while I do this little intermission. Hold on, bear with me. I gotta set this phone up real quick. I'm be back in 3 minutes. Actually 2 minutes and 54 seconds. And in the meantime, y'all can watch this little clip of my cousin. I'll go ahead and watch this. Uh-oh, my bad. Okay, I just had to go to the bathroom. And I feel like let me show my talented cousin in the meantime. Um she is a self-taught dancer. She's great at what she do, and she made that bomb video, and she did a great job. And I just definitely had to let you guys see that. And it makes me proud that you can see a young lady dancing and not shaking her butt or twerking or doing any of that, just serving straight choreography. So great job, Akira. She's actually on here, so y'all should go ahead and get her some hearts and tell her good job, because that definitely was a great job. Okay. So yeah, we left off on Oh, I love you too, Akira. I love you too, and you are welcome. Yeah, make sure you drop your YouTube link or everything in the comments so they can go ahead and subscribe. And so, yeah, we went into homosexuality, and that definitely, went into a lot of different, topics. I definitely feel like, or a lot of different discussion points. I definitely feel like we shouldn't judge. We definitely shouldn't judge. I do think that we need to be following the laws of nature and things of that nature. And homosexuality, unfortunately, isn't a part of the law of nature. But to each his own, hopefully. As we keep living life, we kind of unlearn, relearn, do twist some things around and make some better decisions that can be beneficial towards us. She must have got her skills from your mom. You funny, mom. Okay, and so that was actually all three of my topics. So I'm gonna just go on ahead and round that up. You guys know we talked about the homosexuality and P Valley and the representation that all of these shows, or watching these shows, and how it is affecting our community. We have more children questioning what they like, questioning their appearance and what they want to wear. We have a decrease in births, and all these things play a part in that. We also talked about the Roe versus Wade. The Roe versus Wade was a decision made back in 1973 for abortions, because Jane Roe, who she went by, but her real name was Norma, and she basically lied and said she was gang raped and she wanted an abortion. That's why they pushed for abortions, and that's why the Roe versus Wade was passed. However, she did not get abortion, and she was not gang raped. She was paid to do everything that she did, and she confessed it before she died. And we also talked about self-love. Women and wearing weave and makeup and wigs and things of that nature, kind of giving a cookie cutter image, kind of looking the same. We have a lot of women getting BBLs, really not working on would prefer to go pay before they actually work on their body. I'm glad you got on this topic because I've been hearing so much about it. Yes, and I hope I'm guessing you're talking about homosexuality, but I definitely been, or are you talking about the Roe versus Wade? And I honestly dug deep to find out what were they talking about. Are you talking about the Roe versus Wade, Jessica? Or are you talking about homosexuality? I think you might be talking about the Roe versus Wade, though. And okay, the Roe versus Wade. Yeah, definitely. I learned today is that it was all built off of a lie, and a lot of things are pushed in front of us off of a lie. So we just definitely, like I said, have to remember that they don't have our best interests, and we kind of just got to go unlearn and relearn some things when it comes to topics and things of this nature. Anybody else want to elaborate on anything before I wind this down? Anybody? It doesn't necessarily have to be about any of the topics we talked about. It could be about anything. Anybody want to come on here and elaborate anything? In the meantime, thank you all for being on here with me. It was started off a little slow, but you know we here. And we growing and growing every night. It definitely helps when you guys share. It definitely helps. And still, even after the live is over, to still converse in the comments helps as well. I definitely try to go through it and update the comments and, you know, reply to some of the things that's been talked about. Yeah, anybody else want to come on? Thanks, Tanya. Thanks, Mother, for coming on. Thanks, Mika, for coming on. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies. We will be having an appreciation live coming up soon. We will be having an appreciation live coming up soon. And that's just basically a live that's going to be giving away some things because I appreciate you guys for being on here with me and contributing and things of that nature. Thanks for helping us communicate and share. Oh, thank you, Mother. Thank you for your positive comment. Thanks for being here. I know it's late and you are back in Florida. She was here with me for a week and she just went back home today on an early flight and she does have to work tomorrow. So I appreciate her for being on here and stand up to watch. Thanks, Mom, and I love you. Anybody else? Anybody else? Otherwise, it looks like episode 6 is going to be coming to an end. It was a great show. Great show. If you guys have any other future topics, please shoot them at me because I definitely could use topics and people definitely have been sending topics in my inbox and I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, I guess until I get off here, you guys know I sell sea moss. If you need any sea moss, let me know. I sell sea moss gel. I can have it for you in strawberry, blueberry, plain, or any of those things. I also do hair. If you guys need any box braids, butterfly locks, knotless braids, any things of that nature. Yeah. And so thank you all for joining me. I appreciate you for being a part of episode 6, and I will see you guys next time.